Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, April 16, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. San Francisco Giants vs Detroit Tigers. The San Francisco Giants had a franchise record for wins in a single season in 2021, but ever since the subsequent departure of legend Buster Posey, the team have struggled to find an identity, which spells danger in a very tough NL West, led by the Dodgers and Padres. Despite the struggles to start this series, the Giants are 7-2 in their past 9 Game 3s of a series, as well as being 4-1 in their past 5 interleague games against left-handed starters, and with their ace on the mound, this is a key game early in the season. Surprisingly, given the lack of success for Detroit in recent years, the team have fared quite well against a talented San Francisco Giants team, and with the Giants sending their best pitcher to the mound, this is their chance to finally close out a game. Both teams have shown the offense is here and ready to compete at a high level in 2023, so this one should come down to the pitching matchup, and if that's the case, the Giants certainly should come away with a win here. Our team pick is San Francisco. As we've seen in the first 2 games of this series, the bats have well and truly come alive, with scores of 7-6 and 7-5, and while the pitching matchup here should be better, these lineups are deep and full of power bats. For the Giants, the over is 5-0 in their past 5 games played on the road, and for Detroit, the over is 4-1 in their past 5 games played at home, and after the first 2 games, we shouldn't expect anything different. Keep it simple, take the over. Los Angeles Angels vs Boston Red Sox. The Angels have won 2 of their last 3 games and 4 of their last 6 road games. They are playing well offensively, scoring 16 runs in their last 4 road games. Expect them to continue playing well in this game because they are hitting the ball well, and Whitlock struggled on the mound in his last start and hasn't had a lot of success against the Angels, giving up 6 runs in his last 2 starts against them. With Boston's bullpen also struggling at the moment, expect them to have a hard time slowing down the Angels in this game. The Red Sox have lost 4 of their last 5 games and 3 of their last 4 home games. They struggled offensively in recent games, scoring only 7 runs in their last 3 home games. Even though Detmers has given up 8 runs in 2 starts, expect the Red Sox to struggle offensively in this game because they've struggled against left-handers and they haven't had a lot of success against Detmers, who gave up 3 runs in 2 starts against them. With Los Angeles's bullpen playing like one of the best in the league at the moment, the Red Sox won't score a lot of runs against them, so go with Los Angeles to cover the money line. Taking the under in this matchup for a couple of reasons. These teams obviously had a high-scoring Game 2, totaling 16 runs between the 2 teams, but expect Game 3 to be a different story as baseball often likes to do. I see this being a close and low-scoring Game 3 because of a multitude of trends, as well as some different aspects on the field. They went under this total in Game 1, and both teams are throwing pitchers that are relatively unfamiliar to their opposing lineups. Both pitchers have had plenty of rest leading into the game, and we should see them both be serviceable throughout the game. The hitters for both teams had very successful nights, and we should see some regression in this Game 3, with both teams slowing down and having to manufacture runs. In terms of trends, the Angels have gone under in 3 of their past 4, and in 4 of Detmers' past 5 starts on 6 days rest. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, they have gone under in 5 of their past 6 meetings overall, and in 6 of their past 8 meetings in Boston. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the under for this game. Under 9.5 goals. Minnesota Twins vs New York Yankees. We've got a pair of solid pitchers on the hill here, so this one should be a dandy between a pair of solid teams. Lopez has been terrific in his first 3 starts since coming over in the deal from the Marlins. Cole has been rock solid and is unbeaten in his career outings against the Twins entering this game. He also pitches well at Yankee Stadium, which is something else that works in his favor. Yankee Stadium, Thursday and Friday notwithstanding, has been a house of horrors for the Twins in recent years. Lopez is in a similar situation to Tyler Mahle, who made his first career start at Yankee Stadium Saturday afternoon. He may be able to hold the Yankees in check early, but New York's bats come through and earn a win on getaway day here. Our team pick is New York Yankees. Both Jarrett Cole and Pablo Lopez have been doing extremely well throughout the season, as we have discussed above. These teams have been two of the best pitching teams in the entire sport, as the Twins are second with a team ERA of 2.62, while the Yankees are fourth in the majors with a 3.25 team ERA entering this game. 7 runs off 2 dominant pitchers with elite put-away pitches is a tough ask, so go with under 7 runs in this game. Cleveland Guardians vs Washington Nationals. Cleveland is starting a bona fide ace in Shane Bieber, who had a great 2022 and 3 quality starts to begin in 2023. Washington is starting Patrick Corbin, arguably 2022's worst starting pitcher who had done nothing to dispel that notion in 2023. Unless Bieber or the bullpen implodes against one of MLB's worst defenses, Cleveland should run away with this game early. Expect the Guardians to cruise to a victory. Our team pick is Guardians minus 1.5 runs. These two scored just 7 runs total in the opener on Friday night. It was the second straight 7-run game that the Guardians were involved in, and the 4th game of 7 or less runs over their last 6. After Friday's game, the Nationals had played in 3 straight games with 7 or fewer runs. Washington has twice been shut out this season, and 8 times they scored 3 or less. Bieber didn't allow a run in his last outing and allowed just 2 over 7 innings in his season debut. He is one of the tougher starters to get to in the majors currently, and Washington doesn't provide much firepower on offense that might contrast that. The under is 3-0-1 in the Nationals' last 4 games and 4-0-1 in Bieber's last 5 starts. Take the under 8.5 runs. Tampa Bay Rays vs Toronto Blue Jays. It's a battle of aces in the series finale here, but the fact remains that only one of these two has lived up to that billing in the first few starts of the season. McClanahan has to step up and continue his strong start to the year, especially with Jeffrey Springs out for a couple of months with an arm injury. The Rays have shown plenty of pop in their lineup, with 34 homers in 14 games entering Saturday's action. Mano has struggled with his control in his first 3 starts, issuing as many walks as strikeouts so far this year. The Blue Jays are tough at home, but until we see a better showing from him on the mound, you have to fade him somewhat. Take the Rays here as they earn the win on getaway day. Both Tampa Bay and Toronto score plenty of runs, but on Sunday Tampa Bay will have its ace Shane McClanahan on the mound, who has a 1.59 ERA, while allowing just 3 hits over 17 innings pitched this season. The total has finished under in 5 of the last 6 that Tampa Bay has played against a team with a winning record. Our total pick is under. Arizona Diamondbacks vs Miami Marlins. Miami comes in having won 4 out of their last 7 games, helping them improve to a .500 record on the year heading into Saturday's game. Throughout those 4 wins, however, they haven't been replicating the offensive success we've seen from Arizona over their hot streak, with the Marlins averaging 5.75 runs in their wins. While they did win 4 of their 7 games in the last week, the Marlins still had a negative run differential across that stretch at -7. Currently ranking second to last in runs scored across the league, Marlins hitters have only managed to push 46 runs across in their first 14 games. Despite winning half their games so far, they've managed to rack up a negative run differential of -22 on the year, the 3rd worst in the league. Given their offensive woes, they will likely need an exceptional pitching performance to have a shot to win against the Diamondbacks. Thankfully for Miami, they have just the guy on the mound. Sandy Alcantara will pitch opposite of Zach Gallen in this one, fresh off winning his first Cy Young in 2022. Alcantara had an incredible season, posting a 2.28 ERA last year and beating out other contenders, including Zach Gallen, for the award. 2023 is off to a rough start for Alcantara though. He has a 5.79 ERA through his first 3 starts, and his K-to-walk ratio has fallen from 4.1 last year to just 1.8 so far this season. It seems a pretty safe bet that Sandy Alcantara will figure it out sooner rather than later, but something seems to be off right now, and there's no guarantee he puts it together in time for Sunday's game versus Arizona. I've got the scorching hot Diamondbacks in this one at +110. With their offense finally coming to life as of late and ace Zach Gallen on the mound, they should be able to take care of the overachieving Marlins. Entering Saturday, the Marlins are the only team with a .500 or better record, with a negative run differential below -7. Gallen should have no problem mowing through the Marlins lineup in this one. He's only faced his former team once before, but he held them to 2 runs and only 5 base runners in 6.1 innings. Sandy Alcantara is the X factor here. If he pitches like his 2022 self, he can go toe-to-toe with Gallen to keep his team in the game. But with his early season struggles and Arizona being the much stronger offensive team of late, the Diamondbacks have the edge in this one. Our team pick is Diamondbacks. I'm taking under 7 runs here. The Marlins have struggled to score runs all season long, even when they've been winning games, and I don't believe they'll be able to do any better with an ace like Zach Gallen on the hill. Given Gallen's track record, not to mention added motivation against his former team, the Marlins should struggle to score runs here. On the other side, despite his early season struggles, you can't count out Sandy Alcantara. The reigning Cy Young winner isn't particularly likely to get pushed around for a 3rd time this season and should limit the damage the hot Arizona hitters are able to do in this one. Our total pick is under 7 runs. Philadelphia Phillies vs Cincinnati Reds. Philadelphia is desperate to get back on track following a slow start to the season, and I think Sunday's series finale is another excellent opportunity for the Phillies to make that happen. They have won 7 of their last 9 games against Cincinnati and have too much firepower for the Reds to handle. Nola posted a 3.25 ERA during the 2022 regular season, so he should bounce back against a mediocre Cincinnati lineup. Meanwhile, the Phillies rank 2nd in the majors in batting average and have an advantageous matchup against Sessa, who continues to struggle as a starter. Our team pick is Philadelphia -1.5 runs. These pitching staffs have been struggling to limit base runners, as Philadelphia is 28th with a 1.53 whip, while Cincinnati is 26th with a 1.52 staff whip up to this point. Both of these teams are moving to the next base, as the Phillies and Reds both have 10 stolen bases this season. Aaron Nola and Luis Sessa have both been getting hit way too much. The over has hit in the previous 5 Reds games against RHP, as well as in 4 of the last 5 Phillies games against teams with a sub .400 winning percentage, so go with over 9 runs in this game.